Good morning, class. So everybody please stand and let us pray. So let us bow our head and feel the presence of the Lord. Okay, so you may now take your seat and I will just check your attendance. Okay, so everybody is present today, so that is actually a good sign for us to start our discussion. But before that, how are you today, class? That's good to hear. So, in our previous lesson, we have learned about gerund. So, who can tell me about gerund? Very good. Okay, that's nice. So, what you have said is all correct. So, let us now have our discussion for today. But before that, let us have first our motivational activity entitled Photo Read Me. So, from this picture, you just have to decode these pictures, symbols, numbers, and letters that will serve as your cue to form a sentence. So, who can try this first picture? Okay. I think I can hear, or I hear now the answers. So let us see if your answer is correct. That is correct. To achieve his goal is not easy. Let's check the second one. You try this. Okay, so let us see if your answer is correct. Very good. He liked learning all subjects except to learn math. So, from these two sentences, what can you see? The similarities of these two sentences. That is correct. It uses to achieve, to learn. So it is like to plus verb. Very good. So, this to plus verb, what do you think is our lesson for today? Okay. That is correct. Our lesson for today is infinitives. So let us have first our objectives. So out of the line of the lesson, you should be able to identify infinitives in the sentences, appreciate infinitives through performing differentiated activities, and lastly, to utilize infinitives to construct their sentences. So, who can give me the definition or like your idea about base form of a verb? Or like just base form? I see, you said without S. It's like a root word, okay? That's also good. Okay. All your answers or all your ideas about base form is actually correct. So base form, these are a version of the verb without any endings such as S, ing, and ed. For example, shout, care, read, break, swim. So these are all like a base form or like a root word of a sentence. Of a verb. So let us now proceed with infinitives. So this base form is like the building blocks of a verb. While this infinitives, this will be used, or this base form will be used here, and this to plus verb formula of infinitives. So, but infinitives, this is a verb that can be used as a noun, as an adjective, or an adverb. So, in short, the infinitive or its formula is to plus verb. So let us have this first example. She decided to apply for a new job. So, what is the infinitive there? That's right. That is to apply. Next, I went to the library to borrow some books. That is Barrel. That's great. Excellent, everyone. So let us have an activity or an excerpt entitled Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. So let us read first this poem. Everyone, please. Okay, very good. So, what have you learned or what is the excerpt all about? That is great. So this excerpt is all about the alert of our nature's beauty and the responsibilities of human life. So, can you underline here the infinitives used? Okay. So let's see if your answers are correct. That is great. First one is to watch. Next, to stop, to ask, to keep, to go, and to go. And so easy, right? Okay. So, before we proceed to our real activity, do you have any questions? Okay, none. That's great. Okay, so for our activity, you will have this activity. These directions, you, my learners, will be divided into groups of 6 to complete the assigned task. So count from 1 to 6 first. Okay. So for group 1 and 4, your activity entitled 5 sentence snapshots. So you just have, from this given picture, you just have to construct 5 sentences applying the infinitives. So group 1 and 4, you can sit here. And for group 2 and 5, please sit here and form a circle. And your activity entitled mini musical poems with a beat. So you have to create a 2-stanza poem and set it to music to give it a rhythmic background. And lastly, for group 3 and 6, your activity entitled interview skit. So you just have to create a dialogue with a theme of using infinitives in daily living. So 10 minutes will do. So your time starts now. So let me give first your rubrics. So this is your rubrics. So you are going to score the other team, and we are going to add that later on. So everybody is done now. So let us have first the presentation of group 1 and 4, group 2 and 5, group 3 and 6. So let us clap our hands for these groups. Okay, so give me the rubrics, please. Okay, so since our real activity is done now, let us have now our test 1 or quiz 1 to see, to determine if you really understand our lesson for today. So just get 1/4 sheet of paper and answer this activity or this quiz. Okay, so let us check now your answers. Please answer number 1. Please answer number 2. Okay, so, and then, okay, so you can now check what is on your paper. Okay, so who got 10? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so it seems like almost, or yeah, half of the class or more than 40 got perfect in our quiz today. So that is actually a good thing. So for your assignment before we go home, write in your notebook story time, you have to write a short story where you creatively use infinitives throughout your narrative. So with that, do you have any questions? That's great.